Japanese made Beatle bass. And it's fretless. Yeah. Don't be afraid of fretless now. It's got lines on there, so all you gotta do is put your finger on the line. Got little dots along the side too, and they are exactly where the line is, not in between like you normally have. It's easy to adjust to a fretless. It really is. I've played fretless my entire life, and I've had more problems switching to a fretted bass because I tend to put my finger right on the fret. So don't want to do that on a fretted instrument. So you see a ton of these out here, these Beatle bass copy things, but you don't see a fretless Beatle bass, do you? No, it's your typical 30-inch scale, 30.5-inch actually, which is odd. It's got the classic multi-lamb, indestructible Japanese neck. That's why I bought it, because I saw that neck and I knew I would not have any problems with the neck ever. It's stiff as a bone. It's got a truss rod in there and everything. It doesn't move. It never will. Beautiful design. When I got it, somebody had already altered the head, and it was chopped off square at the top. You can see on the back, you can see remnants of where they glued it. At one point it went to a triangle point, and then somebody glued a couple pieces on the side to make that out and left it flat on top, and then they put a veneer of oak over the front of it to probably cover up all the cosmetic mess of the lines, which they did a good job, and that's why it's painted black back there also. That was done to cover it up, and that's fine. They did a good job, actually. I went ahead and gave it the little pointy head because otherwise it was a little too flat topish and didn't look very good. So it's got a little bit of a finale there. It's got a set of my Type 13 silver foils, which are voiced more for a bass, which means they have a little bit more girth to them. The body already had the holes in it, so I had no choice about where to put them. And you can tell that it wasn't a wise decision in the first place to put that pickup there, because it's just mud, it's just super muddy. Normal pickup location on a single pickup guitar is right there. That's your classic Fender placement. Or there's another one behind it, close to the bridge, which gives you that jazz bass sound. Front pickup is mud. And I got a tone control, so you can go way down there at the bottom of the ocean. Or bottom of the muddy river, really. There's a blend switch. I was stuck with these holes that came in it. I mean, it really doesn't even need a tone knob. Let's face it, basses rarely use a tone knob. But we got a master volume, master tone, and then I put a blend switch up here because this is not a good spot to have a switch when you're a bass player. It's in the way. So it does the same function as a switch. It blends it. When it's together, it's humbucking. It's still muddy, but not as muddy. One pickup, you can hear the difference. Front pickup. Now, a lot of problems with these old things is that the body collapse in on themselves because they retire them to the shed out back with the strings still under tension, and slowly it just starts caving in on itself because there isn't a whole lot of structure in these. A lot of them are a little thin on the top. This one is not. This one is very strong, and that impressed me. There's also a block under the bridge, which is typical. You need that so it doesn't just cave in on itself. Pretty good. I mean, the binding's all good. There is one repair up here, but the rest of the binding is really pretty good. There's lots of cracks and splits in the finish. That's actual curl back there. That's not faux paint like they used to do. It's a laminated body. It's laminated wood all the way around, but they They got the fancy curly maple on there. And it's well made. I would guess maybe it's a Kawai made. I've never seen one with just one F-hole. They usually have two F-holes. The thing is, it would have come, and I can see the screw holes that attach it. It would have had a wing guard out there, pick guard, which is kind of useless because, you know, you don't do that with a bass. So that was dumb, and that's probably why they just didn't bother putting another F-hole in there, because it would have been hidden underneath the wing anyway. So why waste your time? But that's what makes it unique. It's just a single F-hole, and it's a Beatle bass. It's a Beatle bass, fretless Beatle bass.